Pro Shop got.
Behind surrounding Collins, ain't no problem feeding Z. And Dak lick his chops when he see D Lamb deep. You know 88 tradition that repeat. Coop route like Irvin, watch for Cedric in the slot. See us try to gallop to
Arizona
the end
and
zone,
Green Bay
they can't
play each
stop.
other, and so
Up the
that's going to
scene,
be
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. Hating Patriots fans stand down, real Cowboys fans stand up, and you are now tuned into the Cowboys fans only channel on Victory Monday. But if you're new, do your boy a huge favor, comment, like, subscribe, somewhere down there, somewhere down there, somewhere down there, and be sure to turn that notification bell. And also, someone commented earlier on my earlier video, I guess we got to get these likes up, because he's like, damn man, I love this channel and I never knew about it because people aren't liking it. Well, I guess that plays a part in it. So get these likes up, man, because there's Cowboys fans out there that needs this content, man. But it's Victory Monday, and y'all know how we do on this channel, man. I had to call out the big guns, some of my favorite content creators amongst Cowboys Nation, because we had to all come together. Now, you've seen us all before, man, but I had to bring them back because I'm feeling good. I know everyone in the chat's feeling good. So CFO gang, give a warm welcome to not friends, man, they're family, man. Space Cowboy, Joe Rod, and Rome Cowboys Fan Talk in the building. What's going on, fellas? Good, man. I'm feeling great. What did I say? Feeling great, fine and dandy. It feels like I'm hyped up. That's old school for some of y'all kids out there, man. Space probably like, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah, man. But I'm feeling good, man. So we're gonna go around and talk about what we saw yesterday, but also about how we feel right now is going into the bye week. But first, before we start, of course, we got to pay some bills. So Space, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let everybody know where they can find you.
Follow me at Space Cowboys 17 on YouTube or at SCowboys 17 on Twitter. So yeah, check me out there.
Joe Rod.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Victory Monday. I love it. I love this group of guys. We've done work before, and I just love this group of guys here, man. So hit me up on YouTube, Cowboys blog, and we'll get talking Cowboys, baby.
Yeah, and last but not least, Rome.
Yes, sir. It's your boy, Mr. Rome, Cowboys Fan Talk. Cowboys Fan Talk on YouTube and Cowboys_Fan Talk on Twitter. Appreciate it. Love working with these guys. These dudes was like my earliest supporters, so I appreciate it. Every time I get to lock in with y'all.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I love working with these guys. It feels natural, man. That's what it's all about on this channel, working with people where it feels natural. Let's start, man. I'm gonna start with you, Ron, because I saw you had some comments, about the game. How are you feeling about yesterday's victory, man?
I'm feeling I'll just say I'm feeling great about the team. And when we did me and you did some earlier roundtable stuff in the summer, you know, I was the one that was out there like, hey, man, we can win 13 games. I was feeling myself, but also some of it was like, if everything breaks right.
Right.
Now a lot of things have broken right, and I'm like, I'm happily surprised, but we got a lot of work to do. So I'm happy about the team, and I'm also happy that yesterday we got touched a little bit, but we'll delve into that. I'm just happy that we're at 5-1 and we're taking our lumps with wins. I'll take that with wins instead of taking our lumps with being 2-4. Right. You know, so happy.
Facts. Joe Rod, man, how you feeling, man?
Feeling good. Feeling really good about this team. I almost forgot what this type of victory tastes like to be at the top of the NFC East. And, we just look like we're at the top right now. We're cream of the crop of the NFL, NFC for sure. And we can dance with anybody right now. Let's party.
Yeah. Facts. Space? Oh, you muted?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
You're good.
Cool. Sorry, my freaking mic's being a pain in the ass. Man, from last year, starting from the bottom, and now we're here.
Yes, sir.
Right.
This is awesome, man. You know, to be kicking ass 5 in a row, going to the bye week against one of the most hated teams, man, since 1987? It's the last time we won in Foxborough. Like, holy crap. Yeah. Like, man, it's enjoyable, man. I'm riding high.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I think what we're all can agree, it feels different this year. And, salute to my guy Skywalker. He had a show earlier this morning when I called in. Everything just feels different with this team. And the main reason is 4. Like, 4 is not only back, but he's different, y'all. And, like, his confidence, his mentality, like, his leadership, you're starting to see it sink through this locker room, man. And, and I said this earlier on Twitter. When you watch Dak Prescott play, he's not taking the simple underneath route, because if you go back to that final play of the game, I think it was Dalton Schultz or Blake Jarwin, I forgot who it was, and it was wide open underneath. Dak said, nah. Was it Schultz?
Yes.
It was Schultz underneath. Dak said, nah. I'm not doing that. We not leaving it for a field goal kicker to shank it left and have a tie or go. I'm going for the kill, and he went to CeeDee Lamb downfield for the closer. And you can see that mentality with Dak. It's like he's more aggressive, but he's taking more leadership, man. And you see that confidence not only with the offense, but with the defense. And even though our defense did struggle yesterday a little bit, they never really folded. They kept fighting, they kept punching, punching, until eventually there was Trayvon Diggs with a big play. Randy Gregory, who we'll talk about, played lights out, man. So I just like the attitude. But also, if you follow Twitter, ignore it. But we have to give our flowers, me personally, to Mike McCarthy. And I'm going to start with you, Joe Rod. How are you feeling about Mike McCarthy? Because y'all know, if you watch my channel and you started following me last year, I was kind of the conductor of the anti-Mike McCarthy mob, but I had to chill back, and I'm liking what I'm seeing right now from Mike McCarthy and this coaching staff. But Joe Rod, I'm going to go to you. How are you feeling about Mike McCarthy thus far?
Man, I love Mike McCarthy. I've been a fan, since we knew Garrett was going to get out of here, and I started throwing some names around. He was one of the ones, because you want somebody that can build a program, and you see that, in his first year, you see the progression. You know what I mean? That's what you want to see. You want to see a coach that has progression and it can build a good program. You know what I mean? Matt Rule at Carolina, I think he's one of these types of coaches as well. It's hard to find that kind of coach. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Urban Meyer was one, but that looks like a disaster. Right. Not every coach can work out. They
did get their first win. You know what I'm saying? They did.
Yeah, they got their first win. But man, I'm feeling really good about McCarthy. His program is coming into place. He's put his thumbprint on it. The DNA there, the PA mentality. You know what I mean? Blue collar. So over 50% roster churn. You're getting. Now you're going to get McCarthy guys. You know what I mean? So I like it, man. I love it.
Right. Romo, go to you. How are you feeling about Mike McCarthy?
Man, I've been like Mike. I got this running joke. I be saying I like bearded Mike better than last year's Mike.
Right.
Like he's growing. I like Mike last year because I like people that got a point of view. Mm-hmm. And I know Mike's point of view might not align with what the media want, but I just like that he's like, I'm aggressive, because his mindset, and it don't always work, but it lets his team know, look, man, I'm confident in y'all.
Right.
So I'm gonna do stuff like go for it within our 30. And if I don't get it, he still lets his players know, like, look, I'm confident. I'll do it again. Mm-hmm. So that means that when those situations come up, the players ain't iffy in their mind.
Right.
Like if you got an iffy coach, then you're gonna have an iffy team. Like I don't know what we're gonna do. Like at least Mike is like, look, I'm going for it.
Right.
I'll die on this cross, or however you want to put it. And the media want to plant because they ain't got nothing else to focus on.
Right.
They really reaching and grasping for straws. So they just focusing on Mike, which makes me like him more. Because whatever the media don't like for the Cowboys is usually a good thing. So I'm gonna just go ahead and roll with liking Mike.
Right. And before I go to you, Space, exactly like you said, Rome. Last year, going for it on fourth down, I was like, what are we doing? Because it was so foreign for us as Cowboys. It threw me out. Now I'm at the point I'm watching a game like, oh, it's 4th and 2, go for it. But you instill that type of confidence in your offense. And even yesterday, it's 4th and 1, open and drive, you're in your own territory. It's like, we'll go for it. And if we don't get it and they score, guess what? We give Dak Prescott the ball back and we'll score the next drive. And once
what that did for us yesterday? Us going for it early let us know what the refs was on yesterday.
Right.
Like it exposed the refs' hands like, oh, this is one of them games.
Right.
There was no confusion.
Right.
We saw the refs was spotting the ball and just how they called that first. I was like, okay, so hopefully the coaching staff was like, hey, we in for a long one today because the refs is about to be on one. And they was.
Right.
So
yeah. And before I also Space, I'm gonna say when we have Coach McCarthy, Jason Garrett would have never did that, bro. He would have looked across that sideline, saw Bill Belichick and folded like, nah, we can't go for it on 4th down. We're not gonna do it. But that instills confidence. Space, how are you feeling about Mike McCarthy?
Listen, man, I really like Mike McCarthy. I wanted kind of new blood. Like, I'm very big into, like, I want, like, a college coach type of thing because it's like, we delved into the new hot shot type of NFL guys. I want someone coming from a different philosophy. I was looking at guys like Matt Rule. I was looking at guys like Urban Meyer, Lincoln Riley, and I don't know how they would have panned out in Dallas. But what I admire about Mike McCarthy is he, like we talked about, he's not afraid to stick to his gun. What I don't like about what Jason Garrett did was he was like, okay, here's the play call. Don't change it. We're just going to try and outwill them. And when he said he didn't believe in like analytics or even the slightest bit of it, that's what killed me with Jason Garrett. With Mike, he has built a program, and I thought going into the last year, it's like, okay, we need to tweak a couple things. But when we saw that the Garrett guys were not really meshing with McCarthy's philosophy, that's where now we're seeing the McCarthy effect, where, as Joe mentioned, 50% roster turnover. I mean, Jalen Smith, he's gone, salute to him going to Green Bay and getting a job, but it's not like we're missing a beat with him there. And that's what I admire, is that we can plug these young guys in there and not miss a beat. And this is showing it. And if those that want to look back in history, when Mike McCarthy was hired by the Packers, his first season, they went 8-8. That next year, once he started getting his team together, they went 13-3. And he's had a very damn good football program up until the end of his tenure. I think he's reinvented himself. He's put coordinators in place to do their job. That is the sign of a good coach. He gives his coordinators the confidence to do what they need to do.
Yeah, I agree with you, Grace. I agree. That's a good point.
Yeah, right. Look, I understand that people are talking about Kellen getting a job, but I don't see him leaving.
Right.
I don't see him leaving.
People have to understand, this ain't Kellen Moore's first year. He is growing as well under Mike McCarthy. So a lot of people just look like, oh, it's just all Kellen Moore. No, having that leadership of Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore kind of working under a new coaching staff is helping him evolve as well. So it's like, but you know how Cowboys fans are. But like I said,
I think that's a sign of a good leader, though.
Yeah, it's a good leader.
Like that, if you're a good general, you empower your lieutenants.
Right.
And you look at it, he letting Dan Quinn run his program.
Right.
He letting Kellen Moore run his pro. He even letting Bones, even though Bones be having me.
Yeah.
I'm not having all of that. But
because he got on one, but I was like, all right, let's ease up a little bit.
He still got confidence in Bones, though.
Right.
Even when I be tripping, he be like, nah, Bones, what you want to do here? And he let Bones do stuff like, I'm going to
and we blocked a freaking punt. Yeah, we blocked a punt. Right. And it's just like,
he let his generals, his lieutenants do his thing. That's a good job.
Right.
And that's my thing, is that we're going for it. And I'm screaming at the TV, go for it, because your chances of picking it up. And it's like, when you, and like Rome mentioned, and I'm like, when we went for it, and we're on that goal line, and we don't get that third down touchdown call, I'm like,
Right.
really? It's going to be one of those games.
One of those
and
games.
like, I feel like you need to be
Nobody was in the end zone.
right, like
The whole body was in the end zone.
He wasn't
Right.
carrying the ball with his foot. His whole torso in the end zone. They're like, I don't know.
And
I
see,
will
and-
say,
and-
though-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will say, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to mention this. I will say, I feel like he needs to be a bit more consistent in his decision making. Like, we should not have kicked the field goal. We should have gone for it there. But you know what? I kind of had to reel myself in. I'm like, you know what? As long as Four's on that sideline, we have a chance to win this game no matter what happens.
Right. Exactly.
So-
And so I know a lot of the criticism was after the Dak play when he scored on third down that we try to go quickly and not give the refs time to you know what I'm saying, to review the call. But like they wasn't going to review that call, y'all. Like
That's the great but
the
why
smart-
wouldn't they?
Huh? This is
Like,
the
why
Cowboys.
didn't they? That was crazy to me.
Bro, there was a huge pile of junk there. That referee walked up that line and said, "Nope, he's short." And it's like,
Well, you know what's funny? Let that have been Tom.
Huh?
Let that have been Tom. They'd have been kicking.
But the crazy
That's
part
the
about
point.
that play, the crazy part about that play is they peeled every player back to see where Dak Prescott was. When Dak was still holding the ball, his torso was all across the goal line. And so it's like, what is
They was like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's short. He's short.
I think he rolled over.
There must have been a knee down or something, bro. So it's like, it is what it is, man. But I like Mike McCarthy. There's some things that he needs to work on. Clock management, absolutely. But not every NFL coach is good at clock management. Like I say, Andy Reid struggled with it for years. Like that was always his Achilles heel. But the temperament, the attitude, the culture, you're seeing that change with this new coaching staff. And as a Cowboys
They
fan,
can't
you gotta
find
be
a player to
excited
hate
about
on this year. They like, we got to go with Mike. Like, usually some years they find they hate on Jerry because of roster construction
Right.
and Steven. Can't do that. Can't do the players because we playing so good. Can't do the record. Clock management. Like, that's what you laid in there. Like, you ain't got nothing else to.
Right,
So,
we got to nitpick. We got to nitpick something, right? We got to nitpick something. We can't just be happy, you know what I'm saying, sitting, sitting good, sitting fat. Now, Cowboys fans, we got to cherry pick something. So, Space, you mentioned something. I'm going to start with you, Ron. Dak Prescott, man. Let me get your thoughts on how you're seeing Dak evolve in this season versus what you've seen in the past.
man, it's real simple. It's veteran Dak.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and you guys have worked on stuff in life, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
building your resume, and then now you getting all the job offers. It's like, Dak, this is the maturation. This is what we, as Cowboy fans, we got to watch him build to this. And this is like, wow, we got a legitimately homegrown, veteran, dope quarterback.
Right.
Like, Dak is everything I want in a quarterback. Great leader, you know what I'm saying? Charismatic, not afraid of the moment. The fact that he's 18 for 18 in overtime, I thought that stat was like, that.
Right.
What?
Right.
Like,
That didn't make sense, right? So I saw like,
I've seen some of these games. What happened? So, like, Dak is, I hate to sound like cheesy, but it's just like he's seriously everything that I want in a quarterback.
right.
Like, the best way I could put it right now, if you start saying, well, who would you trade Dak for? Name some top quarterbacks. I don't know if it's that easy for me to just swap out because there's quarterbacks that got better talent that I don't know if they want them leading my team. And I know that sounds crazy to probably some people in the chat, like,
Right.
oh, I'm trading for Mahomes. I'm like, I don't know. And Mahomes is amazing.
Right.
But I'm Dak is for us. I guess is the best way to put it.
Right. Because
You know what I'm saying?
it's different playing in Dallas. The pressure is different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not everyone could overcome playing the bright
Hey,
lights
look,
of
that
Dallas, you know
shirt.
what I'm saying?
Pressure bust pipes, man.
Pressure is privilege, man. Joe Raw, let me get your thoughts on Dak, man.
Yeah, I think it's he's come a long way. You know what I mean? I think that he is where Romo is. You know, at towards the end of his career, where he has full command of the offense. You know what I mean? I think early in Romo's career, it took him a while to get going, and then with Dak, I think the same thing. But last year and definitely this year, you see full blown command. He's making audibles. He's doing. I mean, if he doesn't like a call, he's got an audible to go to.
That's what I love. He is
Right.
commanding everything.
I mean,
Right.
he's just really showing a lot of leadership out there. The guys bought in, and he's making sure people are staying on task. You know what I mean? And I think
Right.
he's holding a lot of people accountable.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not playing well, you're probably getting
I
called.
like. He kind of mean too. Hard Knock showed me.
Yeah,
he kind of mean.
And I think a lot of Cowboys fans were used to the old lovable, rookie Dak. He's different. And like I said, he's really indulged himself in that Mamba mentality. Like he's mentioned, he's been reading that Tim Grover book, Relentless, like the trainer of Jordan and Kobe. Like he is wanting to kind of merge himself into that. And you saw it through Hard Knocks. Like a lot of people like,
Who did he yell at? Was it Rush?
Curse that much? Like no, he is out there. You know what I'm saying? He's wanting to
He
play.
told him, I want you to get in anyway. I said,
Right.
oh.
Right, his confidence is going. His confidence is all time high, man. Basically, your thoughts on Dak, bro. I see the jersey back there. It's clean.
Yeah, man. I love that thing. But listen, man. Dak Prescott has been one of a character / quarterback arc I have never seen before. Like, other than maybe Tom Brady. And I'm not just BSing that. Like, because for him to do what he did in his rookie year and do that as a good quarterback, to go from good quarterback to great quarterback to in 2019 to now full-on elite quarterback production. And I put this on Twitter because I wanted to mention it to you guys if you didn't see it. People mentioned Tony Romo. Now, listen, Romo was fantastic for what he was. And like Joe Raw mentioned, really wasn't until the end of his career where he became that efficient, command of the offense type of guy.
Right.
And this is what threw me off. We're in year, is it 6 now? I'm forgetting now. 6, Dak? Year 6?
Not 6.
Well, 6.
6.
Yeah.
And he's 28 years old. He just turned 28. Dak Prescott, as of right now, is having the best season that a Cowboys quarterback has ever had. Through 6 games, 5-1, compared to Romo's 14-7 season. 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,800 yards, completing 74% of his passes. Comparing that to Romo, 2014, he had 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 1,500 yards, completing 65.5% of his passes.
Right.
2007, Romo, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, completing less than 60%, 1,700 yards. And I know like stats, can mean everything, but when you watch these games, Dak Prescott is not just putting up good games, but the way he's dominating them and the efficiency he's doing it at is at a level we've never seen a Cowboys quarterback ever do it.
Exactly.
And I'm like watching. I'm like, dude, is Tony throwing Dak shade right now? Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Like Tony, come on, man.
Like, I don't like the
So,
tone.
To put this into perspective, Dak's on pace for 45 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, over 5,000 yards on 74% completion percentage. This is Drew Brees type of stuff right here. And Drew Brees,
He really do remind me of
he looks
Drew.
like
He reminded me of Peyton, the way he commanded at the line. He really reminded me of Peyton.
Really
I know
does.
people don't want to do that comp, but that's what I see.
And I think what you're seeing is last year when Dak was out due to the injury, he kind of emerged because at that point, all he could do was sit back and watch the film. And so I feel like Dak just really dove in, studied the game, and you're seeing that new command at the line of scrimmage. And what Cowboys fans got to get used to is we've seen it against us so many times. We saw it in Tampa, right? Left too much time on the clock. But now it's like to the point where I knew when we got the ball back, I was not panicked at all. Like, oh, okay, we got time left. We get the offense getting the ball back. We are good. And I think that that mentality goes with the offense. It's not just a fake sense of arrogance and confidence, right? When you got a leader, and we all played sports before, when you truly believe we are about to drive down this field and score or tie the game, I think that's what Dak Prescott. When you see that, and as fans, if there's time left on the clock, Dak Prescott can strike just like that, just like an Aaron Rodgers, just like a Tom Brady, just like a Pat Mahomes. So you have to put him in that conversation. He's no longer this bottom tier quarterback that the mainstream media wanted to make fans believe. He is the upper echelon right now, and he's playing at a high level. And even before the injury last year, he was playing at a high level as well. And so it's just one of those things where
but I love this,
got to get accustomed to it.
They never gave nothing to Dak.
Right.
I've watched Dak go from, Dak top 15.
Right.
To, all right, he 12 to 10. Yeah. Like every year is like, all right, he in the 10, but he 9.
Right.
Then last year was like, before he got hurt, it's like, all right, he around 7.
Right.
At max. And this year's like, all right, he top 5, but he's 5.
Right.
Like, they don't want to give it up.
Yeah, they don't want to, bro. They don't want to, but Dak doesn't care. I think we're at the point Dak doesn't care. He knows what he is, and the team knows what he is. He ain't got to prove himself to nobody no more, man.
I like that he was willing to check the runs, though. The maturity was just say, hey, look, y'all giving me the run. I don't need the stats.
Right.
That's the level of maturity I gotta tip my hat to.
Right.
Everybody want to ball out, especially in your comeback season. But for us to go in that 3-week span where it was like, oh, we'll just hand the ball off.
Right. That's
maturity.
Right.
I got to give it to him.
Like what I think, the reason why I think Dak is benefiting compared to where Romo's at is because when Romo got the starting job and that botched snap that happened in Seattle, that tainted the rest of his career, and also that loss against the Giants. Not that he didn't perform admirably, it was just the fact of that being like the Cabo trip and that aura around it followed Tony till the end of his career. With Dak, I am seeing a lot more, okay, he's a top 5 quarterback, and like we never had that with Romo because of he chokes and stuff. Dak Prescott, whenever he's been in the playoffs, has kept this team in it. Right. He's never had a situation where he was getting
Tony had the talent though, man. Tony he had a lot of bad breaks. I can't.
I'm not trying to diss Tony.
Tony had the talent. I'm not
dissing. No, and I'm not dissing. Listen, I'm not dissing Tony. I'm just calling it how I see it with what other people are looking at. Why I believe Dak is getting his due props is he's a likable guy. Not saying Tony wasn't, but also Dak is like. Imagine he wins MVP this year.
Yeah, they're gonna hate me.
They're gonna do everything in their power to deny it and be like, and I said that on Twitter. It's like, bro, I don't keep that comeback player of the year. I don't want no, no
I would rather
MVP. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no sympathy trophy. That deserves to be in the MVP conversation. But
can I say this about Romo though? I don't feel like Romo hates the Cowboys or he roots against. I think Romo just got. I don't think it's he's a man. Everybody got pride. And he look at Dak like, man, that's supposed to be me. Right. So I think it's natural. I don't think he really got hate for Dak. I think it's just like, man, if the injuries ain't taken from me, because, Romo's a good athlete if it wasn't for the injuries.
Right.
He like, man, I'm supposed to be doing the Tom Brady.
Right.
I can still be out there if I want injury prone. So I think it's human. It's like he see Dak make a mistake, he like, yeah, I wouldn't have made it.
Right. And my brother Donnie just mentioned like Tony was a Jerry guy. Dak is for the boys, and you see that. Like you see Dak leading the pregame hype right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in the locker room. He was just playing even with the boot on his foot. He was doing the shooting game with Micah Parsons. Like he is in the field, as we would say. Versus he ain't Hollywood. He ain't the quarterback that no one can go out and reach to. So I feel like they see that, like, man, Dak is one of us. We are going to ride for our guy. Versus Tony was more like, I'm going upstairs, bro. I got dinner with
Tony. Still can get upstairs too. He still got love and he's still a Joe.
And see, I don't think Dak even cares about having that.
Dak gonna force him to be they gonna have to give him the Jones name just because he gonna do so good.
Right. All right. He has a chip on his shoulder, man. So everyone in the chat, keep the questions coming, man. Keep those likes, just like my guy the Lunatic set up. But let's go to the other side of the ball now. Defense kind of struggled. They teetered a little bit in the first half, made some adjustments. But I want to get Joe Rod, how do you feel about this defense and where we currently stand? Do you think that we are improving, or we just haven't been fully tested at this point yet?
They're definitely, they haven't hit the potential, which is good. You know what I mean? The ceiling is high. They haven't hit it. So, when you get Gallimore back in the mix, because you need Gallimore back in the mix. You know what I mean? Like Watkins.
I just read today. I guess he's not coming back after the bye either. So I think Gallimore. It said the first one that can return will be Michael Gallup. Gallimore might be November. So what's that?
He really messed that elbow up then.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like Cowboys always like to kind of soft play his injuries. Like, it's 2 or 4 weeks. Like, bro,
they said that he might be back for week 1. I remember that.
Yeah. Right. And so that's the thing about Gallimore. And also,
I look as well. I like Urban. I like everybody. Watkins even been playing a little bit better than I thought.
Right.
But I'm sorry, I can't wait to see Osa next to Gallimore. I want to see it.
Right.
And like Tristan Hill's just been pushed to the back. Like we don't even
I forgot
care him anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And I gave up on Tristan Hill, man, because I was trying to rally for the kid, but every time I look, like, no.
Is he still eligible to play this year, or did they put him on that IR that he can't play?
He is. Yeah.
Back, but you just haven't heard zero about him. But it's just the point where.
What if he step on the field and he an animal? Like
oh shit.
But before the injury last year, you saw, some kind of, evolution of Tristan Hill. But now he ain't no Osa. And so that's the hard part. Is like, you know,
but look, even everybody yesterday, to Joe's point, we got handled up yesterday.
Yeah.
Like our D-line got handled up yesterday, and good form. They need to get that medicine.
D-line, so let me get.
Let's talk about Micah. Had a little bit of a quiet game, bro.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So Joe, let me start off. Let me get your thoughts on Micah, man.
Yeah, man. I think he's more effective as a pass rusher, where he really impacts the game more as a linebacker. Now I know that they like Randy Gregory, and he's doing his thing. I love Randy Gregory
looking like
the other guy opposite. I would like to see more Parsons off the edge. I mean, he's really effective there. You know what I mean? And that linebacker, I don't know. I think he just had a little bit of an off game, and you know that's to be expected. You can't. These guys aren't going to have 17 full games of ass kicking. You know what I mean? Right. But you know,
I think Micah. To your point, I think Micah. Next year, they're gonna make that decision. Like, okay, you know what? You know, because I love the chess piece thing too, but you got to do well at it or stop. Right. Like, so if it just seems that he's better as a pass rusher, with D-Law coming back and Gregory not coming up that field, you know, Gregory looking like the best of everyone at pass rush right now. Right. So with D-Law coming back, we'll see how he looks after injury. If he can be D-Law like we know him, because you know he plays possessed too. Right. I feel like D-Law would be eating in this run too if he was there.
Right.
They'll keep Micah as a chess piece, but next year with that contract, D-Law gonna be moving on.
Yeah. Are y'all re-signing Randy Gregory?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to do it right now. Like, bro, like let's just get this done, because the more longer you wait, and you know we're gonna run into that situation. But
and look, we all kind of knew it, but now we starting to see it like.
Right. Oh, we all, because every show we did in the preseason, also camp, Randy Gregory, like just get it done now, because we all seen this coming. We know Stephen Jones likes to sit on his hands and whatnot. So, but Space, I know you're a Parsons guy, so let me get your thoughts on Parsons.
Look, man, I have said when he was with Penn State, I believed he was a better pass rusher than he was a linebacker. Now, don't get it twisted. He can play linebacker. The problem is that when you watch him, and I kind of felt this, he feels more like a Von Miller type. Like, sure, you can put him back in pass coverage. I think he's better than Von Miller, but he has shown that he is explosive off the edge. And if you decide, you know what, we need to move the money around. Let's get rid of D-Law. Like, if you have Randy and Micah as your two pass rushers,
you straight.
Holy like, oh my God, I feel bad for anybody. But then this raises the question. Now it's like, well, you took a linebacker, you got a pass rusher. Not that that's a bad thing, because you have Jabril Cox.
I think you can find a good linebacker quicker.
But you're gonna have to take another one. Yeah, but me personally, I'm feeling more than you might need a center. But like, we'll get. But like. Wait, and I'm kind of waiting for how the season progresses, because I can't really have a set, this is what we need to do. But Micah did struggle this game because we played him primarily at linebacker. There were moments where he let passes get behind. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Micah? Right. But like, you gotta play him as a pass rusher.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of been vocal. And here's what Cowboys fans got to understand, also the Cowboys. Do you want to have an all-pro linebacker in the next 4 to 5 years, or do you want an all-pro defensive edge rusher right now? I feel like Micah Parsons can grow into being a great middle linebacker, but right now in 2021, he would be a top 5 edge rusher out the gate. And you see the impact just diminish once they moved him back to the middle linebacker, because teams know how to scheme him out the game. You know what? Go cover a tight end. Go cover a running back down there and stay away from my quarterback. Now, the play when Randy Gregory knocked Mac Jones' heads off, you saw Randy Gregory come off the other side, but Micah Parsons was there in the inside pass rush as well, and so he was going to get hit regardless. That's just his forte, and that's what he's doing great right now. But like you said, it's going to be hard to see how do they fit it in with DeMarcus Lawrence and everything. Me personally, you have Gregory, you have Parsons off the edge, and you've been playing big nickel anyway. You could put Curse and Jabril Cox, or you could bring Neal back there. Like, you have enough linebackers, so you're only playing 2. Micah Parsons needs to be an edge rusher until further notice, because that's where he's going to get his money.
You're not going to bench D-Law.
I think that's the
reason. But D-Law's going to get in where he fits in, because if D-Law's not coming
that's the problem.
If D-Law's not coming until mid-November, now it's like, bro, like...
I think that's the problem. Is I think they're trying to make Micah play more linebacker because they want DeMarcus Lawrence. They need to get the money out of him. But I'm like, dude, if DeMarcus Lawrence ain't doing his job, I'm not saying he's trash. It's just that because he's really good. It's
Well, he
that
played well that first week. I can't.
right. Like I'm
he played well
not taking that
first
away
week.
from him. All I'm saying
let's
is
keep it a buck. Micah Parsons at defensive end for those 2 games jumped off the screen much higher than DeLaw has pretty much the last 2 years. Am I lying?
Like, as a pass rusher, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Exactly. Because that was what we paid DeMarcus Lawrence to look like. That Chargers game, that's what we were paying DeMarcus Lawrence. He hasn't looked like that in years. And so it's like, do you want to pay that? I think the Cowboys are going to move from DeMarcus Lawrence, to be honest with you. I think next year they're going to move out.
It's going to happen.
But,
I don't think that's a question. We're trying to figure out what we're going to do mid-season. I don't think it's even – I think D-Law –
You have to try. You have to try because we don't know how that defensive alignment's going to look. Like, for all we know, D-Law comes back, he looks great.
Hey, Tuck, go smile. You did move on from Jalen. So you made your bet. You got Landon.
Right.
You got Landon.
Yeah. And
it is what I'm comfortable with it. I don't feel like if I'm still saying this right now and people can hate me. I'm still taking Micah over Jalen at linebacker right now. But that's a different conversation.
Right.
The conversation is where's he most effective, and y'all all right. It's on the edge. Yes.
Yeah. Line of scrimmage. And so, but you think about it, you have Micah, but you also have one of my favorite draft picks in Chauncey Golston playing well off the edge as well. So it's like, it's going to be a logjam regardless of how you fit it when DeMarcus Lawrence comes back. And it's like, hey man, the best players will play. And
that's why I know he's gone. I forgot about Golston.
Right. You have Golston. You still have you have some edge rushers. We have an abundance of edge rushers. Where is DeMarcus Lawrence really going to be needed? And if he's not coming back till Thanksgiving-ish, we got games to
man, we would have won the division by then. And be like, D-Law, what the hell?
Saying, like, if we play Kansas City on November 21st, I need Micah Parsons hauling off the edge after Mahomes, not playing middle linebacker.
Hey, look, Tuck, if we do it right, they smart. Like, as I've seen with Quinn with that wild defensive formation yesterday.
Right.
What you're going to do is, when you bring D-Law back, it doesn't mean that you won't bump him down especially on passing downs, because he can handle that scrum a little bit better than Parsons.
Right.
Put him in like a D tackle for like on passing downs mostly, of course, and you just run all 3 of them. I don't mind running Randy Gregory, D-Law, and Parsons and O'Diggy. First of all, that 4, that's our NASCAR package.
Right. So I'm saying NASCAR.
I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Right.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, and next year, we going to that thing. We gonna need that money back because Trayvon Diggs and them gonna need this money.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody, all Cowboys fans love Diggs and Diggs Islands until he shows up.
Everybody gonna get real quiet with that. I'm gonna need all y'all money.
Yeah, he wants to get paid early now. How
gonna need
he?
some
Oh my God,
money.
man! It's gonna
Hey, he gonna hop out one Brinks truck, and City gonna hop out the other, man. And Cowboys fans gonna hate them both.
I'm loving that they say he humble though. Just please stay humble.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Love the attitude.
He's humble, man. But like I said, I like Micah Parsons is coming better off the edge. Now, what I didn't like yesterday is that Jabril Cox only get 1 to 2 reps yesterday, I think, total. Like if you're going to make the move, which they did, Jabril Cox needs to get reps because. Hey, shoot the messenger, because I know a lot of people were anti-Jalen, but hey, LVE struggled yesterday, y'all.
Dude, I got so pissed. I was like, pull that motherfucker at the game.
They wanted the most experience outside of Parsons. They probably was afraid of what McDaniels and them would do to Cox. Even though I feel like he would have been better in coverage, he just naturally can cover better than all of them.
Just the speed, the velocity is cranked up when you have Cox on the field.
You're right.
Versus LVE, he would still look like he was running in Birdman lugs out there. Like all of our linebackers played bad. Like
it was gaping holes yesterday.
Yeah.
But we got to say this though. Like, I mean, in that third quarter, I mean, it really wasn't until that final Patriots drive in that sequence when they started to turn up against us.
Right.
There was a period of a time where the defense held their own. And it's like, but I'm not trying to dismiss the crap that they did to start this game. But I think we need to also look at, hey, there were some positives in that game where it's like, okay, there were moments they gave up plays, but they stopped them it was that last sequence where it's like you really took until that last moment to really do that.
Well,
and
I feel like Bill Belichick was going to finally test this defense because you got to think about it. We haven't played no dogs in the running game. Now we got one coming up in our next game versus the Vikings. Where you have a Dalvin Cook, but we dodged a bullet where we didn't have to go against Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? So Bill Belichick was the first to really see, is their run defense what we think it is? Has it improved? And, I mean, from what we saw yesterday, I mean, it looked better, but there was still a lot of opportunities where there's a lot of missed assignments, a lot of missed gap assignments.
That's what happened when we took our medicine this week. I want to see how you get pushed around. Mm-hmm. Even Dan Quinn mentions it. Hey, look. This is a fight. We pretty much got knocked out. So it's been acknowledged.
Right.
And that's fine. Acknowledge your faults. Let's see what you're going to do about it. So next week is going to be telling. Because if Dalvin Cook come out there and run all over us, we got a 5-alarm fire.
Right.
But guess what? You hit Dalvin Cook, will he get back up?
Yeah.
All right.
You're right.
Hey, look, we put Donovan Wilson back on him. Donovan Wilson made that.
Freeman out there. But the thing, we way 13 days away, but
the Vikings
do have balance.
Oh, shit. You're right.
It's going to be the first time where we're going to kind of see some balance as far as the offense is concerned because they got Thielen and Jefferson and they also got Dalvin, so they can do a variety of different things to our defense versus kind of being one-sided, but we'll get to that.
Also, apparently Caleb Farley just got injured. I'm watching the game. Apparently got hurt.
Well, let's talk about the secondary. So we all know what Trayvon Diggs is doing, and it's been this talk about whose responsibility it was on the big play that was given up. I think it was KZ's responsibility, but let's talk about
Diggs,
the other.
They were both right. Diggs was right. He was like, man, I shouldn't. I was getting a little hype.
Right.
He kept it real.
Either of them could have gotten it. Mac Jones should not throw that ball.
They both thought they were going to get the pick. Like okay, that's another one. Or because if you watch,
basically he's like, I was getting a little greedy because they played it like
pointed at KZ like, boom, that's yours. Like it was like KZ took a bad angle, but it was a play. But I want to talk about the other side of the ball, right? When it comes to Anthony Brown, also Jordan Lewis, Maurice Kennedy, I think he had a concussion. So do you guys think that we have enough at the cornerback 2 position, or do we still need to make a change? Like, I'm gonna start with you.
I want to.
All right, go ahead.
I'll go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm content. You could do better, but I feel like what I like that this team has done. I think Anthony Brown, is he playing great? No. I think he's playing serviceable where you don't have to rush these young guys in to where they're like that's what I was worried about. I was like, I'm worried you're going to put a young guy in there. God forbid Anthony Brown's playing terrible. They're going to get picked on. And I like that. I like that we're easing these guys in. And I mean, it's because when you look at like a shutdown corner, right? Because of how well Diggs is playing, you're seeing other guys play well. And also because your D-line is playing well. You're going to see people reap the rewards of that. And I think that, sure, well, Anthony Brown has been playing solid, not great, but solid. Diggs is doing his thing. I think Kelvin Joseph has the opportunity to learn from that, get his reps, and ease in. Same thing with Nashawn Wright.
Let me ask you this, Space.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's going to be a red shirt season for Kelvin Joseph?
Maybe. I mean, it depends on how your team's playing. I mean, to start off, I was like, Anthony Brown's going to get the hell out of here.
Right.
But now I'm like, okay, he's kind of getting his confidence. He's playing in a groove.
Right.
I would say you want to give him reps. Ultimately, I think that you might see that happen. And I'm not against that. I think that, look, if your guys are playing well, I can't bench him.
Don't pull him for the sake of pulling him. Anthony Brown has not been. He got lambasted the first game, but
that was Anthony.
I mean, I can't say he ain't been. He been decent lately,
right?
And I can't hate on decent lately when you got Trayvon doing him,
right?
I would love 3 Trayvons running around with it, right? They don't usually have it. So you got one decent corner. I think Joseph will get on the field, but they're gonna work him in situational stuff. And he's going to have to do something that he would have to have a Diggs moment. If he gets on the field for 4 or 5 plays and does something to turn ahead, he'll get more playing time. If he gets out there and he's serviceable, he'll just be, cleanup duty until further notice. I want boss man out there.
Right.
But if Brown playing good, don't just pull him to pull him.
You can't pull him. You can't pull him. Joe, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, this staff, I don't think they're going to pull him either. I think, like you said, it's possible he's going to have like a red shirt type of season. You know what I mean? It's just, I think coming into minicamp, there was questions about, the shape and this and that. So, and then he gets hurt. So, just a lot, he's been dealt a lot of bad cards. So I'm sure that, we'll get something from him, but it's probably gonna be year 2, if we're being quite honest. Unless
like real, yep.
Yeah.
Unless we get a bunch of injuries, you know what I mean? And then
God forbid.
Yeah. and that's where I'm at. It will take an injury to maybe a Jordan Lewis or to Anthony Brown in order for
I feel like he's gonna get some slot burn before. Does that sound weird to you?
The slot, play the slot.
I feel like they might work, not take Lewis's spot. I feel like that's where they'll start working him in at. I don't know.
So right now, I would give him probably the nod over candidates, so that cornerback 4 position. But like I said, he's not going to be the other outside corner over Anthony Brown, and so he's going to have to. Something's going to have to occur where you just can't deny him. But it's too late in the season right now. Like you cannot.
Yeah, and we roll.
Seeing right now. Yeah, you can't just run and be like, all right,
if he was 2-4, knock on wood.
Yeah,
he would get his burn, but not when you 5-1. No.
Right. I mean, because look at the linebackers. I mean, Jabril Cox still hasn't worked his way in it, so I feel like Kelvin Joseph's on an uphill battle, just unfortunately due to the injury and everything going on. Where
look, we're getting by with enough rookies on the field. I don't want it to be too young.
Right. We don't need the all rookie team out there. And I think, by saying that, I feel like Kelvin Joseph is that kind of final piece that we needed. Because if he turns out to be what Osa is and Parsons is, and that type of impact. Like, man, like this.
All we're asking him is to be solid. I mean, look, if he is like at his floor, Anthony Brown, I'm content with that. Like, I just want guys that if I'm paying Diggs all this money and he's that elite guy long term, I can rotate and do that stuff. That's where once you find your guys, these other guys, you're expecting them to step up, and it's a good problem to have. I mean, this is the first time I could ever say that, hey, this Cowboys defense has too many guys on here. Right. Who's going to get playing time? You've never said that. Like, it's like we know who's going to play. Now it's like, who gets playing time? So that's great.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. Like I said, once again, it's foreign, but that is credit to the coaching staff for adding that depth.
What about the safety room, though?
That was exactly what I'm going to transfer, because Jack just asked a question about that. Which free safety do we want to keep for the future, if any? So, Ron, go ahead and kick it off about the safety position.
No, I was just saying, like, I know KZ's been getting most of the reps. And look, Kurtz better not come out that field. Right. I don't care what they do. Right. So they need to move him around.
Right.
Because Kurtz is the biggest revelation. If you heard me talk about Kurtz earlier, and when we first picked him up, I was like, yeah, good rotational piece, special teams. I was totally wrong. He's amazing. Mm-hmm. He be playing better linebacker reps than some of our linebackers, but we ain't gonna talk about that. I want to see Hooker get a little bit more spin out there. It's not that I don't like KZ. I just feel like if they both healthy right now, I like Hooker's instincts a little bit better than KZ's.
Right.
And KZ's great, but maybe it's just Hooker's stature. I do like that he's a little bit bigger than KZ.
Much
and it's not KZ he's had a decent year. He hasn't been up. None of them have been liabilities, and none of them Xavier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. That's a blessing. I won't go my diatribe because I will. But I feel like I would like Hooker to get some more spin. And I really do like that big nickel package. I feel like that is like a game changer. I like when there's 3 safeties on the field. That's just me.
Right. And so with that, what are you doing with Donovan Wilson? I'll kick that over to you, Joe. Donovan Wilson, where does he really fit? Like,
he's still going to get some snaps. You did see him on the field a couple times there. It was like oh, there's number 6. There's Donovan Wilson. So activated, they played him a little bit, and he was out there running around. So, but his thing is durability. So, you gotta
blow himself up.
You gotta keep these guys around, but you gotta go with the hot hand. You go with Kurtz,
right?
Donovan Wilson. Get some packages, let him play, and this is a very long season now, including the playoffs. So you kind of have to. It's good to have these guys.
It's good to have all of them,
right? And especially with this whole COVID thing going on, like you just never know. Like, luckily, we've been kind of fortunate the past few weeks, but
we ran through the team a little bit.
Right. Space, let me get your thoughts on the safety position.
I mean, look, it's the best not saying that when I say best, I don't mean like it's elite level play. I just mean you're at least doing good enough to where I'm not screaming at my television. In all seriousness, though, I think that you have enough players there to where you can rotate. Right. You don't have an elite level safety. I think that talent-wise, Malik Hooker is your most talented safety. Definitely. And there's a reason he was coveted in that draft years ago, and he went in the first round. It's just his durability was a question mark. I'm wanting to look to keep him. I think Donovan Wilson they have the same problem, but with Wilson, I think you have packages, like Joe said. Like, you have packages that you can fit him into, and he's good in short bursts. Do I trust him full time? Not really. I don't really like his coverage skills. From what I've seen, he could have gotten better, but I haven't seen enough of him to make that determination. Jaron Kursk, I'm trying to keep this guy on my team.
Right. That wasn't Kursk and Hooker out there, I think.
I think, yeah, and I think that's what you. But like you said, you go with the hot hand, man. You got to go with the hot hand, regardless of the name, and that's what I love with what we're doing here. Ball, like on offense too. Like, it's not like we're like, you know how like people are like, oh, they just force you. I don't believe that. Right. I don't believe that anymore, because you're seeing what's going on. They're like the running game's the hot hand. They're rolling with that. If CeeDee Lamb was the hot hand this game, you went to him. Mm-hmm. So I love what they're doing, man.
Yeah, I like that. I was worried about infighting. I was like, man, I hope this Zeke thing and Pollard thing don't turn into something. Right. But the fact that it looks like Zeke had some quote where he was just like, look, now I need Pollard. I be needing to come out.
Right. Zeke is all like, and I was like, bro, because he made one big first down play when he dove and got the first. He's like, you know what I'm saying? But the thing I like about this team is that a lot of people who watch all of our channels, like, we need some dogs. We need some dogs. We finally got some dogs on this team, but they're dogs without egos. Like, there's no egos where it's like, I gotta get mine. And even if you watch it behind the scenes, like just watching how they interact in the locker room, it's not fake. Like, they all really get along well with each other. You're all rallying. Like, to see that Diggs took the sword for the KZ play, right? He's like, nah, it's my bad. And then KZ goes on his Instagram and was like, nah, that was my fault, little bro. Like, that was on me. You the best to do. You know what I'm saying? So it lets them know there is no ego. And even on the offensive side of the ball, it's like, man, if Pollard's going off, Zeke ain't throwing no helmet. If CeeDee Lamb is going off, Mari Cooper ain't kicking no kicking net. Like,
nah, they be like waiting for them to get back over there to like big them up.
Right, and when a player's number's called, they step up and make the play. Just like Cedric Wilson. You know, Cedric Wilson wasn't like, man, I'm not getting no balls. And see, when his time was to step up and make the play, he stepped up and made the play, man. And I like the culture with this team, man. It's like just no egos. And I feel
it's like winning though. Because let us have been 2-4. People gonna want their touches.
Right. But I think what happened last year, y'all, this team got humbled, man. Like, this team really got humbled last year, and those egos kind of got deflated. Plus, Mike McCarthy kind of got rid of some of those guys, you know, so that ego is really not there. And
it's tough. Look at what we've been through as a Cowboys fan base. Look at this, man. Look, we had the 13-3 year. Mm-hmm. Then we had the Zeke turmoil and all the extra crap. Right. Then in 2018, we caught a streak, went 10-6, went into the playoffs, beat Russell Wilson, like kind of was feeling ourselves, and then the Rams humbled us. So Dak has seen all kinds of stuff. Zeke has seen all kinds of stuff, to where this year, the humility that you like, I'm sure they've had moments when they were younger. Like in 2018, they probably was like, we're about to go to the NFC Championship. Right. But I know they was feeling themselves.
Right. And
that humbling experience, then Dak comes back, and then he has the shoulder thing, where the AC joint thing, where we lose that season. And like, I don't know if they can really get back on track. And then he comes out firing and breaks his ankle.
Right.
So they're at a point where they don't take nothing for granted. Right. Not a play.
And if you follow the players on social media, what is everybody tweeting after a game? 1-0. It's just one game. You know, Michael Irvin can talk Super Bowl and all, but hey,
yeah, let Mike do Mike.
Yeah, let Mike do Mike. You know what I'm saying? Let Jerry do Jerry. But hey, it's just 1-0. Great win, great road win. We gonna rest and get ready for the Vikings, man. And I like that attitude, because, like you said, we've been on streaks. Dak and Zeke been on the winning streak. They rookie season. They've seen how it can end.
They got humbled.
Right. Yeah, they got humbled, man. So it's one game at a time and keep things moving. Now, before I let y'all go, I'm not gonna keep you all night. Let's talk about this center position, man, because I feel like that's the biggest question mark amongst the Cowboys nation. So Joe, I'm gonna start with you. what do we do? Do we roll with Tyler, or do you have a way we can actually fix it? Do you think that Connor McGovern might be the slow play option? What's your thoughts on center, man?
Well, you got to go with what is the history of the staff? What do they typically do? So honestly, they're probably going to roll with Bianic. They'll give him some more time. They gave Steele a bunch of time. It's not the answer we want to hear, but that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you did make a replacement there, it would probably be, either Farniak or McGovern. We're hearing that McGovern's gotten some snaps, but I think that's more precautionary. Like knock off some of the rust because
I think it's an injury.
If Bianic does go out, you would probably elevate McGovern, but then you still need another backup under there. So, you got to keep it fresh there. But if you're looking to get better here in the offseason, that could be an area that you go get that Iowa center and start rocking and rolling. And
that's what I tell people, man. This year's draft,
Linderbaum,
it's gonna be all winter coats, man. Like it ain't gonna be nothing sexy, man. Ain't gonna be no pitch. Like,
but do you think he's gonna get those
and tackles, huh?
Because I plan on picking it late, So we gonna be able to get.
If it's me, I'm moving this first round pick because it shouldn't be worth a damn anyways. And so, because we probably gonna get a comp pick from Michael Gallup. Move back up in a second, have 2 seconds. Move on. This pick is going to be late 30s. You're not really going to get what you need. And go get you that center cornerstone piece right now this season and push all your chips in. But that ain't Stevens.
I was going to ask you fellas real quick. Are we buyers?
You have to be.
Buy anything before the deadline? Do we trade and get anything, or we just?
No, I think they're content, but you should buy.
Right.
This is your window. Like, it's not like we're going into this. We're like, how in the offseason we're like, this is the time to buy. Like, we already talked about that.
Right.
The window, like the door just opened. You need to cash in now.
What do we get then? If we get one piece, I know we're talking center.
Is
it
that question? But go ahead.
And who's giving up their center?
You know what I'm saying? What I'm thinking is that you can look at a young defensive guy. Like, I know that the Jets won't give him up, but Quinn Williams, I would love a young stud that you can build off of on your defensive line. I'm just trying to think if there's any. I mean, there really is no one else that I would possibly go after.
Would you take Grady Jarrett?
Yeah.
I would.
I would. Mentioned earlier this morning. Yeah.
I mean, like, I would get Quinn Williams because he's younger.
I put Grady Jarrett next to Osa today.
But that's fine. Listen, he's a Quinn guy. He's a Quinn guy. I'll take him all day. But at the end of the day, if you're going to keep first round pick, you need to go after either a center or you might take another linebacker because honestly, I don't know. I mean, I can't think off the top of my head a linebacker you would trade for with that first round pick.
Yeah.
Like, that would be.
I think I agree with with the window open and us all being seriously, that pick shouldn't be worth.
Right.
It's a high second round. That's the range we're gonna be picking it anyway.
Right.
So we need to push the and go steal somebody. You know what I mean? I feel like you can get better at edge. Yeah. Basham hasn't done much for me, man. So
he's been like at most.
These guys, like I feel like if you want to go for somebody, get steal somebody on the edge rusher. You know what I mean?
I would love it. Somebody go get desperate.
Yeah, somebody. I mean, because
let's go get Vaughn. Let's go get
so many edge rushers. We can move one of those pieces, whether it's Bradley or not.
I wouldn't mind Vaughn because he could teach Micah some more stuff. Like, hey,
yo, just get Vaughn. Yeah, this low. No, we're not
getting first though. You know what I mean? So one of these.
The lunatic said Grady Jarrett costs $8 million. Cheap Stephen Jones won't make that.
Well, you know what though?
Coop was different.
By the time we get Grady, half his contract gone.
Yeah,
because they've paid it.
Right. And
so
that's the thing with Cooper, right? We only made that move for Cooper because things were breaking. Like, if things are going good, the Cowboys really don't have that mindset. It'll be like,
Dollar General Jones.
Yeah, he's not going to do that. Everything's good. Tyler's playing well. You know, they're going to ignore it because the way things are going, not getting ready for.
Jerry, like 100 years old. They better.
They don't. I mean, because you see what the Cardinals are doing. Like, you see these other teams just like, bro, we got something to fix. We got to go get it. Rashard just mentioned, what about corner? Would you go make a play for another veteran corner at this point? But
we had it. We had to play.
We had to play. We decided not to.
We played it too light.
I'm content.
They played it too light. Steven liked to wait around.
Right.
We should have burned up that phone and said, look, we'll give you the first. I know that sounds like steep.
Well,
we talk about pushing them chips.
Right.
I mean, I think we're looking at Stephon Gilmore. I think they looked at it, but they said no. So it wasn't like they were it wasn't like they weren't going to do it. They were just like, you know what, we're comfortable with what we got. And I think Trevon Diggs has proven that for you. But overall, I would love to use that first round pick to go and get a young stud who's going to contribute not only now, but later on as contracts. Yeah, like, I mean, go get a Grady Jarrett. I wouldn't mind, listen, on some real stuff, I wouldn't mind pushing D-Law off a bridge if it means we keep, if we get Grady Jarrett and keep him.
But nobody going to take that, not with that.
But no one's going to take that contract.
Yeah.
Right.
And that foot, because a foot injury tricky.
Right.
He cut back and break it real quick.
Right.
So
he's all beat up. His knee, his back. It's coming to the end.
And look, I feel sorry for D-Law. He's made his money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Cowboys fans, we can't have favorites. Like, we got young blood coming in. Like, it's part of the game.
Listen, but here's my thing. I think that we all agree here that ultimately we're just having these conversations for the end of the year. We don't give a damn what happens. Just get these guys back and let's roll. Like,
right.
We don't.
D-Law gonna be playing a lot more D tackle. He gonna Mike.
Mike, come on.
Let Parsons flow through, man. But yeah, like I said, if I felt like if I had to make an all-in move, it would have to probably be at the center position for me personally. Like, I just feel like Tyler, like, he's playing decent, but it's not enough. And a lot of the pressure that Dak is getting is coming right up that A and B gap. I mean, also tossing Connor Williams as well, but he's playing better than Tyler. But my biggest worry is, once we get in the playoffs, you can't hide Tyler no more. You're going to have to go against the Aaron Donalds. You're going to have to beat the Veas. Like, you're going to have to get in the thick of the trenches. And will he be ready? I don't think he will. But I know Mike McCarthy is not going to give up on him. So I don't think they're going to make a move. I know a lot of people thought they were going to switch to Connor McGovern after the bye week. I don't think it's going to be the case. But the problem is like, we know they recognize it's an issue because they've been trying to do this center experiment with Connor Williams and McGovern even back in the preseason, so they recognized it, but I don't think they're gonna pull the plug. So
I mean, here's the thing: like, Tyler's still young, so he has an opportunity to grow into the position.
Right.
I think I'm looking at worst case. So like, my main thing is because I think there was a stat that said like his pressure, he only let up like 3 pressure. I don't remember, but point being is that
all the times we see him letting it up, it's like Connor Williams.
But like, really,
time.
Right, and if you really think about it, this is his first real full year of him handling this job.
Right.
And it's like, listen, man, like, look, Connor Williams struggled in his first year.
Right.
And he had his moments where he was pretty good. I think that Tyler can, like, I'm willing to give some confidence to the guy. I'm willing to let him go and, morph into that position.
Become what Terrence Steele's become. I'll shut up.
Right.
Exactly. Like, I was like, after Terrence Steele started, I was like, listen, we'll be fine. I think Terrence will be fine.
So is that the Terrence Steele effect when it comes to Tyler? Is that we got to be patient and let it kind of work its way through?
Honestly, kind of looking at it in totality, I mean, right now I'm saying go get a center. But I think that, like, after the end of the year, we might be saying, you know what, I think Tyler's the guy. Because that's something we got to appreciate what these coaches have done is they've developed these talents. Like, Think about it. Like, if you look at Terrence Steele, he's been playing a lot better than some top tackles that were taken in that draft class he was in.
Right.
Bro, I was so worried about Terrence Steele when he was about to play the Chargers.
Terrence Steele's, man, but it's like, yeah,
I don't even think about it now.
It's off to Terrence, man. Like, salute to Terrence, man. Like, he played well. Like,
he got people wanting to put Collins at guard. He's been playing so good.
I mean, honestly, I would move on from Collins. I mean, that's a whole conversation.
Me and Tuck, we're on the same page for these vets,
yeah.
bro.
Listen, man, I kind of feel that because I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm like, the one thing I admire over any form of talent is dependability. If you're there, I'm gonna take you all day. Like, dude, do you like when you did this? As soon as I heard he tried to bribe the hell out of the guy, I'm like, get the hell off.
Right. The maturity issue coming into camp last year out of shape, hip surgery. Like,
he could do this year, but after this year, it might be a wrap.
That's what I'm saying. So if I could probably and people love a right tackle. So if I can move on from.
Oh, you move on for him now.
I mean.
No, I'll keep no. What you do is either you play him or you let him ride the bench.
You know why I'm going for him now, though, Tuck? Hey, look. At the end of the day,
his contract.
I was in panic mode with Ty Smith. So we need our depth. We just do.
Right,
I know
right,
he a
right.
knucklehead.
Yeah, when he went down that
I would
knee-
rather kick him out to left tackle than Naseki. And I don't even know if he can play left tackle.
Right.
But
Right.
Naseki like me out there.
Right. Yeah.
When he went to get yesterday, I was like, it's about to go down.
Yeah. I got and the worst thing, like my power cut out, like right when Ty Smith got rolled up on, and so I'm scrambling getting my phone. Like, is he coming? They like, no, he's going. I started like, oh no, here we go, bro. But yeah, like I said,
we need our depth. We need Terrence Stillers that swing.
Keep the depth, keep the
Right.
depth, man. But I need a center, y'all. I mean,
Hey, Tuck, get in the look after this. Let's look at the teams that's struggling. Who might get a center?
let's go. Let's get the next move, man. Because where we really got screwed is Joe Looney, man. Like I don't know why they drug their feet with Joe Looney, but they did, and then the Giants picked him up. So I think that's why the Cowboys were slow playing it, because they thought they had Joe Looney, and he was like, Giants picked him up. He's like, nah, I ain't doing that, bro. Like, and anyway, it is what it is, man. So, hey, man, guys, I know it's late on y'all side of town, man, so I'm gonna let y'all go,
Oh,
man.
man.
But before we go, man, thanks for coming on. I'm gonna start with you, Space, this way. Yeah, let everybody know where
Yeah.
to find you, man.
I mean, I don't know what the orientation looks like, but but no. Listen, this was fantastic, guys. This was fun. I'm so glad that we were able to take care of this. But overall, if you guys want to follow me, you guys can follow me at SpaceCowboy17 on YouTube and your Twitter at SCowboy17. I try to keep it as real as possible because, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like cat people, like bro, like I'm not trying to like, you know,
Right.
like feed those narratives that the 4-letter networks do. So I mean, and that's what we all do here. That's why I appreciate this community, is because we keep it real. We're not afraid to tell it like it is, because we're not trying to push something.
Right.
So that's what I admire about this community. So thanks, J Talk, so much.
Salute to you, my
For
guy,
having
man.
us.
I finally got the link up with Space at the Eagles
Yeah.
game. We slapped them damn Eagles around.
Yeah, man, I was jealous, man. Y'all was jealous. I was like,
Hey, y'all gotta come on out, man. I'll be out there, man. We gotta link up, do some more Texas Live, man.
You right. I gotta get down there. Y'all look like I was having a good
Yeah,
time.
we had a
Oh my
blast,
God,
man.
it was a blast.
And y'all blew and we blew the Eagles on that. I was like,
That's what
we
I'm
got to go
saying,
to the
man.
game with the
I mean, it's all really a blur, man. Because I'm like, I just know we smacked the Eagles, man, but we had a blast, man. Joe Rob, man, let everybody know where they can find you.
You guys can find me on YouTube. You just look up Cowboys Blog. I'll pop right up. Hit me up on Twitter, Cowboys Blog Net. Let's talk about some football, man. I love where this team is at right now. So follow all these guys here. These are really good guys. Work with all of them. Great, humble guys.
Thanks, bro.
And we're giving you the truth here, man. So appreciate you, Tuck.
Hey, anytime, my guy. And then, Ron, let them know where they can find you, my guy.
Hey, man, Mr. Rome, Cowboys fan talk, Cowboys _ fan talk on Twitter. I appreciate you guys, man. It's always good. It's like just having a ball conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This is exactly what we was doing at Texas Live. We just didn't have the cameras.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I just
honestly,
really-
yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Well, actually, we did have the cameras on, but I didn't post.
You know what I'm saying?
We gotta take this on the road.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to it, man. I would love to touch base with you guys again. What 6 games in? We can do it we can give it a couple more weeks, watch it build, and then we can get back in here.
Do it.
Because I just like y'all, the way y'all minds work, man. You know, it's everyone has different viewpoints. It's just a good balance. And I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man, because
Yeah.
I'm like y'all. I'm always like, I learn stuff from y'all all the time. Don't trip.
Right.
Y'all be teaching, and I be listening. Like, all the time.
Right. Yeah, man, and that's what it's all about. It's no ego, there's no ego, just like with the team, it's with us, man. It's like, I like Rome's idea, I like Space, I'm gonna remix it, and I'm like, we might get Gray Jared, and I'm about to go look at these struggling centers on these horrible teams and see what we can pluck away, man. But that's what it's really about, man. And for the people seeing me for the first time, J Tuck, Cowboys fans only, man, I appreciate all the support on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter at JTuck151. If you want your CFO merch, CowboysFansOnly.com. Use that code in the bottom left, right, CFO game to get your.
And get them likes up, like he said earlier.
Get those likes up. I guess the likes matter, man. So get those likes up. Because dude was like, he hit me up, like, bro, why you don't get no likes? I was like, I don't know.
Get the likes up, man.
But I appreciate all the support, man. Like everywhere, like not just on YouTube. I mean, my Instagram has been going crazy lately. TikTok, man. It's just the Cowboys community. It's a good time to be a Cowboys fan, and don't let any of these mainstream media folks try to steal your damn joy, man, and feel like we ain't played nobody or we haven't accomplished nothing. We've off to a great start. but we got some things to fix and we're going to talk about, but we're going to ultimately get there and continue thriving, man. So I appreciate each and every one of you for coming on. Everybody in the chat who kept the chat lit, man, was ringing off. I couldn't even get to all the questions, man.
Chat was crazy.
It was going crazy, man, but I appreciate all the support, man. And we're going to keep going, Cowboys Nation. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged,